back to my channel. I'm Christy Largent, and on this channel we talk all about how to find the bright side of life, how to stay positive. And today I'm going to give you 3 tips that you can use that will really help you to stay positive even when it feels like everything around you is going horribly wrong. The first thing you want to do is you want to live a grateful life. Now that sounds a little bit overly simplistic, but I am telling you, when you take the time to really look around you and be grateful for what you already have, it's super hard to get down in the dumps. It's super hard to get depressed. It's super hard to get discouraged when you're reminding yourself all the time how to be grateful. I know when I drive my son to school in the morning, we look around and we are so thankful and grateful for the beauty that is all around us every single day. When I have to wash the dishes, which is like every night, I have to be grateful. I want to focus on the fact that I have dishes to wash, that I have food, obviously a little too much food, that I have food that I can eat. I want to be grateful for these things in my life that we usually take for granted. And I find when things are going really downhill around me, whether it's personally or whether it's in the world at large, I can just get obsessed with all the negative, and instead of that, I want to turn it around and be grateful. So tip number 1 is live a grateful life. Okay, the second big idea I have for you is to take action where you can. So often when things happen like school shootings or bombings or earthquakes or floods, like I'm getting depressed just naming them off, right? Bad stuff happens, we know that. And I think one of the huge byproducts of that is you feel like a victim, you feel powerless, you feel like there's nothing you can do. And so my big idea is to start taking action where you can. You may not be able to go take action like when we had the flood in Houston, but I'll bet you can take action where you are. I know last year in the fall we had horrible fires in California, and one of my son's classmates decided to do shoe boxes for the fire victims. So here's a 10-year-old boy who decided to take action, right? And he generated interest, and his mom spread it on Facebook, and they gathered hundreds of shoe boxes that were filled with toothpaste and soap and lotion and all the things that you need when you lose everything. And rather than just talking about how horrible it was, he got busy, and his mom helped, and those of us in the community were able to get busy helping to create this wonderful flood of shoe boxes that went to the fire victims. And that's the kind of thing I'm talking about. When you take action, it helps you feel better. It takes you out of the victim mode and into action mode. And we just feel better. We're happier. We're more positive when we're doing something productive. So you may not do a shoebox, for example, but maybe you could, if something's bothering you on a government level, you may decide to write your congressman, call your senators. You may decide to get a group of parents together and talk about what you can do to make your own community more safe. You may decide to do like my son's classmate did and create a movement of something to help people who have been affected negatively. So like I said, there's so much negative, as you well know. So if we want to stay positive, the idea of taking action will keep us in a positive frame of mind. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is live a grateful life, right? The second thing we're going to do is take action. Both of these will help us be more positive. And finally, the third thing is to live a life of purpose. And when we live out our calling fully, it is so much easier to be positive because we are on point. We know that the things we're doing day in, day out are things that are really making a difference, are things that we were put here to do. So I don't know about you, but when I spend an hour scrolling through Instagram or Facebook or reading Twitter, reading tweets on Twitter, I don't feel better. I usually feel worse, right? So instead of doing that, when I stay productive and I'm living out my calling and I'm doing what I was put on earth here to do, I have a better frame of mind and I'm way more positive. So my challenge to you is figure out what you were put here to do and make sure that you're doing at least a little bit of it every day. I know sometimes we are doing vocations that we don't feel like are really our true calling and purpose. Like we feel like my job is over here, but my calling and purpose is over here. And so what I would encourage you to do is, even when I know you're really busy with your job and your family and your children, make sure that you're taking time every day to do a little bit on something that is really your heart desire and your true calling and your true purpose. So it sounds a little bit simplistic, doesn't it? 3 simple things. Be grateful, take action and be involved, and thirdly, live out your true purpose. But I know for sure that focusing on those 3 things will help you live a much more positive life. If this has been helpful for you and you've enjoyed it, I would love for you to subscribe to my channel. Give me a big thumbs up, ring the bell so you're notified every time there's a new video release, and tell your friends, because I'm gonna help you live on the bright side. See you again next time. 3.
No, that's 6.
You do
If
it.
this video helped you, give it a big thumbs up. Subscribe down below. Ring the little bell so you don't miss any of my notifications.
Do what she said.